Hey guys, welcome back to Chan Man's videos. And yeah, actually, this is for me, it's bonus content. And the reason I say that is I wasn't expecting to be making any goalie equipment video anytime soon because I wasn't going to buy any. But on that note, one of my goalie buddies, Vic, and he's got a YouTube channel called Over 40 Goalie, and I'll put a link over to his channel. So if you're a goalie, especially if you're an over 40 goalie, you're going to love some of the content there. Great discussions, a lot of deep thought in his video, and he shares his private goalie lessons experience as well, and that's how I found his channel actually. And it turns out we're both local, and we met up and we're getting along really good, and we back each other up. So he's become a great buddy of mine, and yeah, we've been having a talk lately, talking about gear, and he recently acquired some new gear. And on that note, I asked him, hey, can I borrow your stuff? Because he likes a lot of Bauer stuff. And I only have my set of GSX, and he's got all pro level stuff. So he lent me his gear, which is going to allow me to make a series of goaltending equipment videos. The first two will actually be on two different sets of Bauer gear he has, and we're hopefully going to try to connect, and I'll get his third set of Bauer gear to make a video on, but that one is going to be a little bit later. But the first two I plan to make will be comparing a set of the Bauer 2X Pros, and when I Googled it, the release date looked like it was in 2019. And then we're going to do a second video, which is based on the Hyperlight 2s, which he purchased and custom ordered in 2024. From there, we're going to then break down different pieces of equipment to compare the 2X Pros, the Hyperlight 2s, compared to my GSX, my Warriors, my really old Reebok 18Ks and stuff, and just really highlight the difference of the equipment, how it's evolved a little bit. It also inspired me to think of an idea. I know recently in Goal Magazine they did a new video in regards to the break of gloves, but it was funny because before that video came out, Vic and I were talking about how we hold our glove positioning, our hands and the positioning, and how the glove itself and the way they're designed nowadays are intended to or unintentionally changing the way you hold and position your glove hand, and maybe there's some goaltending thoughts about that, and so we'll be getting into a video about that. And then lastly, I think this could be, and I hope it becomes a controversial video, which creates a lot of discussion if you watch it and if you're a goalie, and that would be a discussion and comparison about the quality of pro level gear, which is very expensive, compared to the gear I wear, which is like the low end, made in China, made in Vietnam or whatever, and it's significantly cheaper. And we would love to get your thoughts after watching the video on whether you think the cost is there. So that's my future plan for 2025 in regards to goalie equipment. And I hope you stick around, and if you watch my content for goalie equipment, you'll enjoy those videos, and set a notification to watch out for those. And yeah, let's just get started. So additionally to thanking Vic for lending me his gear, I want to also give a shout out to his friend, Tiny Tendy. And this is actually her old gear. Vic bought it from her. And she's also got a YouTube channel as well. I was looking over it, and she's got some game footage. She's got some footage about her private lessons with a goalie. And if it's something you're interested in, you're a smaller size goalie, or if you're a girl goalie, and that interests you as well, I'll put a link there. But I wanted to thank her and give her a shout out. Her gear is all also pro and customized. But yeah, just if we can all help each other's goalie channel grow, and if it can bring tips to everybody, I think that's just the more the merrier. Okay, I did spend a little bit of time with this gear last night, and the first thought I had when I actually picked everything up was this gear felt heavy to me. In comparison to my GSX and to my Warriors, even compared to my 14K, which is about like 13 or 14 years old, this pro level gear just felt heavier. The weight of it felt heavier to me, especially in the pads. Starting with the blocker, and if you watch my other goalie videos, I always say a blocker is blocker. But with this one, I really appreciate how cool the design and the idea was that they would taper the sides of the blocker to give it a very thin profile look. It's a pretty stiff board inside, and I can really feel how hard this is compared to my GSX. But I'll be actually comparing those different pieces of equipment in later videos. But this is just an overview of thoughts on this design and on this equipment. It's got a nice gold Bauer logo, and they started with the stippling effect by having these notches kind of punched in on or indented with a design, and then they have these stripes here. And I think maybe that's one of the early digiprint ideas. Again, it is customized for Tiny Tendy, and it's got a nice board here with definitely it's got some really good thumb and finger protection. When it comes to the palm, it's nice and clean actually for how old it is. And I do like with Bauer that when they use this this type of palm, I think it's a synthetic palm, I don't know, that they do have a little bit of padding in here for when you're gripping the stick, and that helps with the vibration, absorbing the vibration from shots off your stick. The cuff here is tied down with this nylon rope or nylon string. One of the things that I don't like about this is it does restrict, how tight or how loose it is. It's fixed. Unless you untie the rope and you can get your own and loosen it, that's a restriction for me there that I don't like. Like all blockers, other than with Warrior, it's just the one Velcro strap here for you to tighten around your wrist, and then your glove inside with a soft padding on the inside. When I put the blocker on, feel-wise, it feels the positioning of the palm feels very natural, like my Warriors and my GSX, and it's got solid wrist mobility. So even though this was all kind of tied in with the rope there, it's not restrictive at all. The only thing, again, like I said, that I felt was most noticeable that caught my attention was how heavy this feels compared to the newer gear. It actually feels heavier than my 18K blocker, but again, getting into that in a separate video. Overall, for being a used blocker, third hand now, because Tiny Tendy's first, and second hand with Vic. I don't know how many games she played in this, but there is already wear and tear from sliding the paddle down along the ice. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool looking blocker, and I can definitely appreciate how they have some designs back in 2019 to give it a nice thin looking profile. Set that aside. Gonna move over to the catcher. I think this is a 580 catcher or 590. I don't know. I have to double check. 590 catcher maybe, or 580 catcher. And it opens up nice and wide. Again, with the same gold logo and graphics, both top and bottom. And what I'm impressed with on this catcher is how beefy the padding is on here. Being a pro catcher, I expect it to be nice and safe and not to feel too many stingers. Flipping it over, it is all black. And you get the Vapor 2X Pro there. And again, it is customized for Tiny Tendy. Okay. Now, this opens up. There is a lot of strapping in here because I guess it was opened up after the use for air drying. it took me a moment or two to actually figure out all the different straps. So we have two straps, Velcro that you saw here. Then you've got, oh, it opens from the top to the bottom. Okay. Then we have this fast strap or nylon strap, a Velcro for this part, just a second one above your wrist. And then you do have another one here for your fingers. And yeah, that's it for this one. So that is all the places where you can adjust the glove. When I close this glove, open and close it, it's nicely broken in. The brake here, this is, oh goodness, I think it's the 580, where, no, I think this is a 590, where the glove feel is very much a finger to palm. And the brake of the glove right here, this brake line here, actually fits right in here. So when I'm closing it, that is where I feel the brake. It's pretty stiff. It's pretty hard feeling, actually. While it is a nicely broken in glove, on my hand, when I'm opening and closing it, I do feel like I have a rectangle piece of plastic right here. And while that's not my most comfortable feeling glove, I do appreciate that the brake is in the right place for my hand. So, at least with my hand size. It's got a nice black, soft, it's not a wax lace, so it's nice skate lace. Yeah, I like the glove overall. Not a bad feeling glove. Again, it does feel a little bit heavy. And then moving on to the pads themselves. Similar matching design. And so when I asked about the pads, I noticed that they didn't have the tiny tendy, and I learned that she actually bought these used off another goalie, and it's Dusty 27. Okay, so because these are like third or fourth hand now, there is some damage and wear and tear right here. Noticeably right here, the graphic did peel off, so you just see the leather from underneath. It does again have this diamond design here, and the Bauer and the 2X logos at the bottom. For 2019, and again, I don't know how much use this had. Overall, the condition isn't bad. You do get, I guess that's pretty standard, wear and tear, with the pads scraping along, and then you get a lot of the friction where the nylon is just kind of burning off from friction, and so you're getting a lot of frayed, I guess lint from just all the friction you're naturally going to have from using the pads. And thoughts about the pad? There is no boot flex at all. This thing is fixed. You cannot, just like, I'm torquing this thing and there's no flex. That is a really stiff boot. It's locked in. The pads themselves already have a curve locked in. So depending on the type of butterfly you have, that may help you with a better seal. We do have some tape here. I don't know who stuck the tape on, but I guess that's also just to protect and help extend the life and with the friction and whatnot. On the back of the pad, so this is an extra small, and with Bauer, an extra small means it's a 32 plus senior pad. I'm guessing with these slots here that it's meant to have a Velcro pad, which you can bring the strap across the back of your knees if that's the style you're comfortable with. And then opening it up on the inside. This is similar to a GSX, where you have the one Velcro strap from the outside to the inside, which is the opposite of a lot of my other pads. And then inside you have this one back of the calf strap. I don't like this style. I don't like where you have to pull it all the way out and then insert and loop it in. I'm a lazy goalie, so I don't want to have to do that. That's why I like the Warriors. You just one strap and it's done. And then like the GSX, you have this one strap that goes back here, and then this comes across, and then this goes down. So overall 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this looks, I believe this, yeah, you can remove this if you don't want it. So if I owned these pads, I would definitely remove this. I think this is pointless. But if you're a goalie that has Bauer gear and you have this, please let me know what benefit you find. I don't find any benefits in this, but that's probably because I haven't used it before. Vic did offer for me to just take them all out and take it for a spin. Well, sorry about the phone. Take them for a spin, but as they're not my pads, I don't want to risk getting, you know, any damage or skate cuts to it, because, you know, sorry about that. Sorry about all that phone noise. Getting a lot of scam calls. I guess in December everyone needs to meet their scam call target, and then in the new year they want to start the new year off with getting a good start on their scam call quotas. Sorry, so distracted. It looks like this has been looped in with an offset, and then of course this actually came with the bungee toe ties, but they were just removed because they were moved to a different pad. And it's the same thing. So that is it for the Bauer 2 X Pros. I wish I had a scale that I can weigh them on. Again, the whole set overall does feel heavy compared to all the other gear I use and own. But yeah, those are my initial thoughts on the gear. Please, you know, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and a share with your goalie friends. If you have any questions or something you want to know about it, please drop it in the questions for me. Sorry, drop the question in the comments for me. And yeah, looking forward to making the next video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.